few tribes had problems with each other would be to justify the fact that they were brought order. Now, that's the primary part about colonialism that people don't seem to understand. It's not order. They're bringing a rigid, tiny system that's designed to destroy your culture, right? Make you forced to assimilate to a different form of being and identify with your slave master. Now, we can have a conversation about what that actually led to and what that means.
Yeah, let's do it.
But in Latino America, that became the casta. And for me, I think it's very important to have these conversations. In Peru, where I come from, the casta doesn't exist the way it does before, but the remnant of that system exists in all of us. It comes in the form of, ay, él tiene pelo malo, or mejorando la raza, for example. Let me break something down. When white people and black people would have a child back in the day, they would call it a mulatto. That is a racist term, and I'm going to explain why. It means the combination of a horse and a donkey, because mulatto is mula for mule. The combination of a horse and a donkey creates a mule, but a mule is born impotent. In other words, it can have no children. In other words, no good can come from the unification of black and white. And anyone that goes to film school can know that this is then seen in the theme of the tragic Negro in all of classical Hollywood cinema. What we have to recognize is that term also exists for our people. It's called mestizo, right? And we have way too many white mestizos that identify more with Spain and Spaniardness than they ever do with the actual brown that makes them any part of what they are. If you didn't have that in there, then you would look like the people from Spain who are blonde, blue-eye, walking around like that. I think the recognition of this and the understanding that there is a path for so-called Latino people to whiteness that doesn't exist for black people, and I'll explain why. Because if you open the casta system, if a mestizo marries then a white person, they create what they call a castizo, right? A castizo then marries a white person and there's less than 1/16 of indigenous blood. That person is considered white by law in the 1700s, and 1800s in Latin America.
Say that one more time.
I'm telling you, the
break that one down one
castizo
time.
marries a white person or married a white person. And now I'm going to get the fools that say, oh, this is ancient history. Well, it's not, because in Latin America, Barack Obama and someone of that color is not considered black. You can ask my Dominican friends. They'll say, oh, no, he's trigueño. Oh, he's un indio oscuro. Right, because you want to be anything but the lowest thing on the casta system, which is an indio or a black person. And the reality is that keeping those two individuals fighting each other is the only way that Europeans gain supremacy in the New World. Without that, they wouldn't have it. And another thing that has to be said about America is when people say this is turning into a third world country, I want the audience, I want the kids at home, when you get bullied like that, you look those people right in the face and you say, well, without all the land and the free people and the labor that you stole, that's what you've always been, a backwater third world country. Because back in the days when the 13 colonies were around, that island of Haiti made more money for France than all the 13 colonies did for broke-ass England. England, another third world country. You're people of England. Oh, I'm a third world country because all of the immigrants. No, you've always been a third world country. Besides all the shit that you stole from India and Africa, you motherfuckers.
That's what
you got technique today.
That's
what
right.
You thought? You thought you was going to have Felipe. No. Technique showed up, bitch.